It's now been over a year since the announcement and first trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's been a very long year for us Red Dead Redemption fans. During this, we've all waited countless months for new screenshots, and we've also survived the summer drought for that promised news. But now, a year later, we've got a fresh new extended trailer which has given many of us fans the news that we waited so very long for. Now, we must wait till the next piece of news or information on Red Dead Redemption 2 from Rockstar Games, but when we will receive this news, well, only time will tell. While we wait for our next piece of news, I will hopefully help fulfill your Red Dead Redemption 2 needs with only the best news and information on the upcoming masterpiece from Rockstar. I'm Bailey, and today we will be going over all the weapons that have been confirmed to be in Red Dead Redemption 2 so far, and I'll be giving you some detailed information on this arsenal too. Before I begin, guys, I know I say this consistently throughout the majority of my videos, but if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button since I help so much, because I'm your best source for Red Dead Redemption 2 and everything Rockstar Games related. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Just before I do begin, disclaimer, I am not a weapons expert and I do not have a vast knowledge on weaponry, so by chance some of these weapons that I refer to may not be the correct weapon in the game. I won't be going into each individual weapon shown so far because some are unclear and unrecognizable, so it wouldn't be right attempting to guess what weapon it is. So we will be covering all the weapons shown so far that we can correctly identify. We'll first begin with covering the shotguns. Only 2 shotguns have been revealed so far, which we saw in the first trailer and the second trailer. We see the first shotgun in this scene where this old man is lying against this destroyed carriage holding a double-barreled shotgun. The double-barreled shotgun is an extremely useful weapon for subduing targets and extremely lethal in close quarter settings. With this devastating firepower that the double barrel shotgun can deal, it has a downside of only being able to hold up to 2 shells at a time. This shotgun can excel in such activities as hunting, where it will make taking down animals we encounter very easily. Just make sure you don't miss if it's a grizzly coming at you. The next shotgun that has been revealed has appeared in the first and second trailer and is the Sward of Shotgun. We see the Sward of Shotgun in this scene in the first trailer where this posse are riding their horses holding weapons, and we also see the Sward of Shotgun in this scene in the second trailer where, from what I believe, is the Vandaling gang preparing to rob a train. The Sward of Shotgun has high power but a lot less accuracy due to its excessive shot spread than other shotguns. Now, the Sward of Shotgun does have some advantages, these being concealment. If you were planning to rob a bank discreetly in the old American West without drawing a lot of attention before going in, then this is perfect for you as it's easy to hide. Also, if the local deputies and sheriffs decide to come storm your robbery, you'll also have a tactical advantage against them with your movement while carrying this shotgun. You'll be able to move quicker and have significantly quicker reaction times when drawing your shotgun. Let's not forget, whenever we get a Sword of Shotgun in any game, we immediately get the feeling of being a true badass. Moving on to the rifles that have been revealed so far, which we've seen in the first trailer, the screenshots, and also the second trailer. We'll first start off with one of the rifles we see in the first trailer, where this man is holding, from what I believe, from my interpretation, is the bolt action rifle, also known as the Krag Gorgensen. Brief history lesson for you on the Krag Gorgensen. This rifle was designed by the Norwegians and serviced in 1886. The Krag Gorgensen had a very distinctive feature, which was its magazine. The magazine was integral with the receiver, featuring an opening on the right hand side with a hinged cover. Instead of a charger, single cartridges were inserted through the side opening and were pushed up, around and into the action by a spring follower. Now, the United States military was searching for a new rifle in the early 1890s, so a competition was held. The competition compared 53 rifles and the trials were held in New York. The winner of the competition was, yes, you guessed it, the Krag Gorgensen, and this is how it landed into the hands of the Americans. Back onto the rifle's skill now. This weapon is in the original Red Dead Redemption, where it is a very versatile weapon due to its combination of high power, accuracy, good fire rate, and very fast reload time. It was possibly my favourite weapon in the game and a favourite of some of my friends too. The next rifle we see in the first trailer, being held by who we now know is Arthur, is for what I believe is a variation of a Winchester Rifle. Now, the Winchester Rifle is a very iconic and reliable rifle which also appeared in Red Dead Redemption. It's a very balanced weapon, and from the original game it has a medium firepower and high fire rate, making it an ideal choice for most situations. Let's not forget, cowboys sure do love the Winchester Rifle, as it fires the same ammo as their revolvers and it's a very cool rifle to shoot. Finally, the last rifle we can make out in the first trailer is the Henry Repeater being held by this person on a horse. This rifle also appeared in the original game, which is one of the most powerful and has the second highest ammo capacity. There isn't much we can say about the Henry Repeater as it is very similar to the Winchester Rifle. Now moving on to the rifles shown in the screenshots, the first one that we can recognise is the Spencer Model 1860. The Spencer Repeating Rifle was the world's first military repeating rifle. Again, unfortunately, since I'm not a weapons expert, I cannot provide you with much information on the firepower of this weapon or any of its disadvantages or advantages. Now that was the only rifle that we can make out to be shown in the screenshots. We will now move on to the rifles which are shown in the second Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. The first rifle we can make out to be is this carbine being held by Arthur, which seems to be some sort of variation, but again, from its angle I can't make exactly what it is, but it is safe to say it's a carbine. Now the last weapon that we can identify correctly is the one Bill Williamson is holding in one of the final scenes of the second trailer, which is the Springfield Rifle. The Springfield is a powerful weapon, but of course it has its disadvantages, which is that the weapon can only hold an ammo capacity of 4 at a time. This Springfield seems to be the Springfield Rifle 1886 that Bill is holding. The Springfield Rifle appeared in the original game and was again a powerful weapon, with a single torso shot often killing a target that which would otherwise require multiple shots from a repeater or a handgun. To sum up the Springfield, when you do use it, make sure you don't have more than 4 enemies to take down, unless you won't have enough ammunition. Now that's all the rifles that we can possibly correctly identify, so we will now move on to the revolvers. We'll start off with the revolvers shown in the screenshot where Dutch is holding them. Dutch in the screenshot is holding 2 Scofield Revolvers, which seem to be nicely customized. Just to go over the customization side of the weapon briefly, if it shows it on these Scofields, then I wouldn't see why there wouldn't be customization for the rest of the weapons in the game. Anyway, the Scofield Revolver is a single action 6-shot revolver and one of the most powerful handguns around the time of the 1890s and 1900s. A simple shot from the Scofield Revolver can have a devastating effect. The Scofield has sheer stopping power and also has a great range of around 50 yards. For those who don't know, the Scofield Revolver's full name is a Smith & Wesson Model 3 revolver. The Scofield Revolver appeared in the original game and was a weapon everyone was a favourite of. I'm glad that the trusty Scofield Revolver is making a return to Red Dead Redemption 2, and of course it looks like we can add our own customization to it, like engravings. The next revolver that we can correctly identify is the one shown in the second Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, in which Arthur is holding a Lima Revolver when he is robbing this bank, we believe. The Lima Revolver is a single action revolver again with a high capacity, with it holding 9 shots, which is pretty insane for its time. Of course, with the weapon's high capacity, it allows for more shots between reloads and allows the user to gain the upper hand, especially in short intense fights. So I do suggest all you outlaws that if anyone challenges you to a duel in Red Dead Redemption 2, you make sure you're carrying one of these bad boys with you. The Lima Revolver also appeared in the original game, where it was capable of killing an enemy with 1 shot to the chest or head, and is capable of taking down animals with 1 shot as well, such as wolves. The real life model of the original Lima featured a 16 gauge smoothbore barrel beneath the main barrel that could fire a single charge of birdshot or buckshot. Now the second barrel is modelled visually on the weapon in the original game. It is unusable, so hopefully in Red Dead Redemption 2 we can use this feature. Now the final revolver we get a look at is in this scene where Arthur is dual wielding 2 Colt Revolvers like a badass. The Colt Revolver can be welded to a deadly effect. Nearly every cowboy or outlaw had them around the 1890s, 1900s. The Colt Revolver is not particularly the best revolver about, but it does do the job, but not the best job. The Colt Revolver appeared in the original game, but was called the Cattleman Revolver. In the original game, the Cattleman Revolver was the lowest tier weapon of the revolvers, as the Cattleman can require up to 2 or 3 shots to the torso in order to kill an enemy at mid or long range. The Colt Revolver is an iconic weapon of the American West and is widely used in movies. Fun fact is that the Colt Revolver seems to be John Marston's favourite weapon, as he is seen welding it most in cutscenes. So we've been through all the shotguns, rifles and revolvers that we can possibly identify. I don't think you need me to go into detail about the bow and arrow shown, because it's basically a bow that uses arrows. To conclude this video, I would like to say that there may be some weapons here that may be slightly off from what I have said, but again, as I mentioned at the start of the video,
I am not a weapons expert and I've tried my best to discover the correct weapons. Hopefully with our next news or information that is released to us, we will get a better look at the weaponry that we will be using in Red Dead Redemption 2. So guys, that's all I have to say for you today. I should keep you all informed on any new information which is worth mentioning in future videos. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what weapons from today's video will you be gunslinging in the West, and if you want to see more fresh content, hit that subscribe button. Guys, thanks for watching. I love your faces and I'll see you in the next one.